YouTube? Welcome to my food tube. We are going to be going over macronutrients and micronutrients. Just some info so you guys can better understand what foods are and what they are for. Most of us know the basics. Here is my heavenly counter of food. I actually just grabbed all of this. This is all from my kitchen. So I just grabbed out what I had so I could be able to record this video for you guys. What are macronutrients? Well, we know macro means large. So that means it's probably going to be the most important part of your diet that provides the most energy, calories that your body needs. So macronutrients are known as protein, carbs, and fats. Most of us know that carbs are the main source of energy that your body needs. It provides glucose for energy, also needed for the central nervous system, for the brain, the muscles, and the heart to all function properly. If you guys ever noticed, when you don't have carbs in your diet or you lack carbs, you get dizzy, you can't focus, you feel sluggish. There's a reason why, and it's actually not a good reason. So going low carb for too long is not good for your body. And who wants to feel like that all the time anyway? I know I don't. So we're gonna start with potatoes. So right here we've got sweet potatoes. I've got red potatoes. Pretty much the whole potato family is going to be your complex carb, which is going to provide the most amount of energy. Also, we've got oatmeal. Oatmeal. I've got rice. So this is white rice, jasmine rice. You can also do brown rice. You can do quinoa. These are like your main sources for straight carbs. And then you get more into your processed carbs, which is going to be your breads. So this is in a package. This has gone through a process in order to come to you this way, whereas these haven't. Okay. Same thing with like rice cakes. Rice cakes, same thing. This would not be considered a whole food. This would be considered a whole food. And then there's other carb sources, like you get into beans. So we've got canned beans, got kidney beans, garbanzo beans. And the nice thing about beans is a lot of times they're really low in fat, but they have their higher amount of carbs in a serving and protein. So whenever you're tracking macros, items like these are going to be more concentrated carbs. When you go into something like this, you're going to have, you're going to have the protein, you're going to have some sugars, you're going to have some carbs, you're going to have sodium. When you are tracking macros, you have to take in account for all the other macros and micronutrients. So that's why if some of you are like, I went over on protein or I went over on fats or carbs or whatever it is, a lot of times it's not that you did something wrong. It's just that food item you might have had that day, or a collection of food items might have had quite a bit of carbs, but it could have had a lot more protein or fat in there. So that's why really reading your labels, really reading the foods and what's in your foods, so you can really fine tune it to stay on track that way. And then you get to items that I actually love, like Carbolin. So this is a liquid pure source of carbs, glucose. So basically in one serving, one scoop is 50 grams of carbs. Supplementing something in like this, or even if you can't eat something like this, you can't get it in quick enough, you need something faster, supplementing in something like this is good too. It's an option. Nice thing too about this is it's faster digesting because it's in liquid form versus this, because your body has to digest these carbs in order to start benefiting from the glucose that they provide. The best time for carbs is, I personally like them around my workouts. So within a window of 1 to 2 hours before, during, and after my training. Because that's when my most intense, vigorous activity is. So that's when I want the most energy. And then I kind of, depending on my day, depending on meeting my carb needs, I'll have some earlier in the day or way later. There's a glycemic level on every single carb. The potatoes tend to be slower digesting. White rice, a little bit faster digesting. Oatmeal is a little bit faster digesting. And then when you get into carbs like rice cakes or Rice Krispie treats, things like that are going to be way faster digesting, or your liquid carbs. Bananas, another great source of carb, but it also has a higher sugar content, but it's a fast digesting. So this is really good before or even after a workout, but it does not replace what a complex, this is a simple carb. The energy you get from this is going to last a lot longer than this. So don't just eat a banana before you work out and think this is going to sustain you through a workout, because you're literally probably going to burn this off within the first like 20 minutes of your workout. I like bananas as more of a treat versus my energy source, unless I'm combining it with oatmeal or something like that. Next macronutrient, the most well-known one, protein. We all know protein helps with growth. It's basically the building blocks of muscle. It also helps with repair of muscle tissue, immune function, making essential hormones and enzymes, energy when carbs aren't available, and preserving lean muscle. Now when I say it gives energy when carbs aren't available, that's where you get your muscle loss. So when you don't have carbs, your body, what's it going to do? It needs energy. It's going to find the next available source, which could be fat stores and then muscle tissue. So that's why you should have a good balance of everything. We have whole eggs. Whole eggs, again, great source of protein, but also fat. So we know that egg yolks are high in fat. And there's always a controversy about egg yolks not being good for you, and then some saying, no, it's fine. My personal opinion, I eat a whole egg, and I eat anywhere from 2, 3, 4 a day sometimes, and sometimes not at all for a while. So it's just a personal opinion. You just go with what you feel is important to you, and that's all that matters. Egg white is straight protein, no carbs, no fats, no nothing. A lot of people eat straight egg whites because they want straight protein, but when they add the egg yolk in there, you also have to take into account for the fat content. Then we've got my muscle egg, large amount, pure source of just straight egg whites. The nice thing about the muscle egg whites is they're double pasteurized, so they are safe to drink or cook, however you want. And this is just the regular ones, but I like the flavored ones too. Whole meats. So we've got some wild shrimp. This is a frozen pack. This is a great pure source, doesn't have anything else added to it, just straight protein. And have a tiny little bit of fat. I've gotten it from Whole Foods. I like to stick with wild, not farmed. I don't typically eat a whole lot of fish just because of, you know, the amount of mercury that's in things, but I love fish, so I'm still gonna eat it. I just have a balance between all my proteins. And we have ground turkey. I just get the Genio extra lean, straight protein with a little bit of fat. My Costco chicken, just a big bag, straight chicken. Bison burger, I love bison burger. Turkey bacon. Now turkey bacon is going to be a lot leaner than actual bacon, depending on what you want, what your tastes are, depending on your macros. Just have to remember that sometimes an item might be high in protein, but it might be high in fat too. About 11 grams and 4 ounces of fat versus like your turkey is going to be 1.5 grams, 4 ounces. And my favorite, chicken apple sausage, is going to have high protein, but it's also going to have a higher fat content in it as well. An item that I picked up at Costco was these pork tenderloins. They smell so good. Again, pork, you know, is going to be a little bit higher in fat, but also high in protein as well. And now we're going to our more processed proteins. So the famous plain Greek yogurt, nothing added to it, but it still has sugar in it. Still has to go through a process to get into here, so that's why it's called processed. In 1 cup, which is 8 ounces, has 23 grams of protein, and it has about 9 grams of carbs and 8 grams of sugar. So there you go. So when you have something like this, when you're calculating macros, it's going to calculate the 9 grams of carbs that's in that 1 cup. so that it can add up quick. So you can see how you can go over macros really fast. So that's why picking and choosing and being, you know, very wary of what you're intaking, especially if you want to stick within those macros. If you don't care, I don't care. Another processed item, which is cottage cheese. 1/2 cup is 11 grams of protein. It has almost 3 grams of fat, 6 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of sugar. A lot of times when you're having processed stuff, those sugars, the fats, and the carbs that are in those items add up really, really fast. So if you don't want to use up your macros too fast, sticking with whole clean foods most of the time will keep you on track. So then you can still get in more food without using up your numbers too fast. And another protein source would be your beans. And then we go to canned stuff. So I got this at Costco, which is a chicken breast in a can. And what I liked about these ones, I don't do these very often, but I have them for, like, you know, something quick or just because I feel like having. But in 2 ounces is 13 grams of protein. You don't want to replace your whole foods with canned stuff like this. But if you feel like having it or need something quick, you know, these are great little items to have. And then you have tuna fish in a can. And I always get the one in water. 2 ounces is 13 grams of protein. And then you have your pack ones. And I just get either the non-flavored ones, the buffalo style or the lemon pepper. My food is stacking up here. Next macronutrient is fat, and we all love fat because it tastes good. So why do we need fat? It helps with growth and development. It's the most concentrated source of energy. Fats also play a very important role by helping your body absorb certain vitamins like A, D, E, and K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It also provides cushions for your organs, kind of like lubricants. It also helps maintain cell membranes, which are very important in your body. All these play a role in a function in your body. So we kind of went over a lot of items that have fat in them, but if you wanted to go for the main source, the concentrated source of fats, you're going to go to things like nuts. Now, I thought I had almonds, but I don't. These are pecans. Pecans actually have a way more higher fat content and calorie content than almonds and peanuts. Reading your labels, because some fats, their numbers are going to be higher a certain serving size than the next one. Then we have your nut butters, so straight source of fats, and more liquid form, which is your coconut oil, your extra virgin olive oil, some of my favorites. And then you go to things like coconut butter and chia seeds, avocados. Can't forget cheese, unless it's fat-free. So these are some that I just have here, but there is tons of other sources of fats. The thing with these fat items like your avocado, your nut butters, and your chia seeds, they also have a certain amount of fiber. Some of them do have carbs and some of them do have proteins. If you don't want that extra added fiber, protein, carb, and you want something that's a little bit more faster digesting, you go to more liquid forms like your coconut oil and your extra virgin olive oil or your fish oil capsules. In them, it's just straight fat. So those are your macronutrients: carbs, proteins, and fats. You go into your micronutrients. What are micronutrients? Micronutrients are nutrients that our bodies need in smaller amounts, which are vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. A lot of those can be found in your fruits, in your vegetables. Micronutrients are just as important as macronutrients for your body to function properly. A lot of you probably don't know that micronutrients actually help the proper metabolism of macronutrients. It's also imperative for your health. That's why having variety, not just having protein, fats, and carbs, having all of that in your diet is crucial and is key. If you understood what your body needs, we would all have more success in our fitness journeys. Now, you can get a lot of your micronutrients from, dark red berries, peppers, we've got zucchini, We've got cucumber right here. Big bag of broccoli. Dark green. The darker the green, the more nutrients and vitamins. The list of different vegetables out there goes on. All vegetables are good for you and they all have things that you need. Each item is going to have, you know, vitamin C, vitamin D, iron, magnesium, all those different things. I mean, plus more. They're all very, very important for your body and they need it. So don't cut them out. Eat them. Having your fruits around your workouts are really good because it gives you that glucose boost. It gives you that sugar you can utilize for energy for your workouts. But if you feel like having fruit later before bed with yogurt or something, go for it. If it fits in within your macro needs, it really doesn't matter when you eat it and how you eat it. Your body just, it doesn't think, oh, you ate after 5 o'clock, well, I'm going to store it as fat now. If you have a balanced meals throughout the day, it doesn't matter. The whole carbs after dark, eating after a certain time thing is really dumb, honestly. The ones who really started that whole thing or have had the negative effects of that is people who don't eat at all during the day and then they eat large amounts at night. What is your body gonna do when you don't eat all day and then you just stuff your face at nighttime? Your body naturally, instinctively is going to go into survival mode. If you have that pattern of not eating throughout the day and eating large amounts at night before you go to bed, your body, it's gonna learn that process. The food you intake at night is gonna be stored as fat because it knows it needs energy for that whole day. So you can see why eating throughout the day, it doesn't have to be specific times, but having something, you know, eating and fueling your body constantly throughout the day will help prevent fat storage. It'll help protect your muscles. It'll make you feel good, you'll have energy, and you'll be able to eat more when you eat more. This is even scratching the surface of what I like to get into. This is just what I have at home. I know so many of you ask about how to calculate your macros. I wish I could calculate everybody's macros, but that would be thousands of people, and there's only one of me. There's only one HunnyBuns. Just one. But I really wish I could. Have no fear. I am currently working on developing my own macro calculator that will be on my website for you guys to be able to use and get your own macros. But stay tuned, be patient, it's in the works. I will announce it when it is available. I'm super, super excited. It's one of the many projects that I am bringing to you guys. I'm so excited. This year is going to be full of presents and gifts of fitness. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and it was easy to understand. I didn't get too scientific on you. I just want to help you guys be more successful. I started out beginning just like you guys did, and now look at me. I'm bringing it to you guys, bringing you guys info. Hopefully this will just clarify some things for you and help you to make better options and to better organize your meal plan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video for others who might need a little bit of information as well. Sharing is caring.